Today, let's take a look at some TikToks about wholesaling real estate because I feel like there's a lot of weird information out there that I want to talk about. Hey guys, as you know, I've been doing wholesaling for almost 2 years by this point and I've been very successful with it. So I go on TikTok a lot of times to get business inspirations and just do motivational stuff. I look at it like some stuff that have been very useful for me. Actually, last year I found out a TikTok hack that saved me a lot of money on my taxes last year. But when it comes to wholesaling real estate and just a lot of different business models in general, I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there. So today I wanted to review some of the most famous TikTok videos that's out there and to see if they're true or not.
You want to make $10,000 wholesaling real estate? Sounds like an infomercial, but we're gonna do it with $15. We're gonna use $10 to get a list, and we're gonna use $5 for marketing. And I'm gonna do it with you guys. This is gonna be actually really fun.
Okay, well, here's where it comes the problem already. Like, I don't like when people seem like it's like easier than it actually is, or costs less money than it is. I mean, she's not wrong, she's not lying. You can get a list for $10 and get their phone numbers for $5 or whatever, and do marketing for $5. You can, but let's just see what she goes with it.
Our first step is gonna be going to Fiverr, Fiverr.com. I have it linked in my bio. It gives you, I think, like 10% off if you use that link. If you don't want to use it, you can go on Google and search up Fiverr. Once we're on Fiverr, we're going to search for motivated seller leads, right? And then I'll show you guys exactly the one that I picked. I picked it because it had a lot of reviews and it only costs $10. I believe there's a $2 service fee if you
Using Fiverr for real estate services, for motivated seller leads, and for skip tracing is not a good investment of money. The best way to find motivated seller leads pretty cheap is PropStream, which is $97, $99 a month. Yes, it's more than $10 like she said, but it's, you know, you can get access to 10,000 properties. Well, you get access to the entire United States of America, but you can download and access for that month 10,000 properties.
Use that 10%, then it subtracts that $2. If you don't, then your total cost is going to be $12 instead of $10. Once we have that list, probably by tomorrow, then we can start marketing it, and we're going to do that with $5. So
I just have so many problems with it. Nothing disrespectful to her. I mean, she's not lying, but the problem is that's not exactly how it works. Yes, you can get a list for $10. Can you market it for $5? Sure. You can market it for free if you wanted to. Get on your phone and call those people. You have to run that entire list through white pages and get the phone numbers for free. Literally, you could do this for saving $5 too if you wanted to. But I made videos on my YouTube channel talking about that. Realistically, if you really wanted to get your first deal and to get it not in a crazy amount of time, but within a reasonable amount of time, I want to say up to $1,000 is what you're going to have to invest into this business. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I guess it depends on how lucky you get, but that seems to be more realistic price. $15 is just sounds nice. And I know how TikTok promotes stuff that people are like, oh my God, I can make $10,000 after $15. Just take this as consideration. If it sounds too good to be true, 99% of the time, it is.
Hey, I'd like to buy your house for $200,000. That sounds amazing. Will you pay closing costs? Sure will. Just need you to sign this contract. Okay, it's signed. How long before we close? 30 days. And thank you. Hey, bud. I got a house that's under contract in an area you like, and the repairs are not bad. Just needs probably $5,000, some cosmetics. If you're interested, I can sell it to you for $220,000. Assignment of the contract. That's awesome, man. Comps come back good, I will take it.
I mean, yeah, that's how wholesaling technically works, okay? I mean, the funny part is that, you know, obviously the freaking blonde hair and then the whatever cyber glasses that he's wearing. But that's how assignment of contract works, obviously. Is it that simple? No, but is the point there? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how it works. You get a hold out of a seller, they want to sell it for cheaper, you turn around, flip it to a buyer that wants to pay more for it, you make the difference, you move on.
Hey, here's a purchase agreement and an assignment agreement for a deal that I need closed as soon as title work comes back. If you can start it immediately, that'd be great. Okay, so you're buying the house from her for $200,000 and you're assigning the contract to him for $20,000. Got it. Should be 48 hours you should have title work back. Sounds good. I won't be here for closing, but the seller and the buyer will, and you can just wire the check to me. And that is what you call wholesaling.
48 hours, my guy. We all know 48 hours ain't happening. Even the most like fast title companies I've talked to, 48 hours is almost impossible. I mean, I'm not saying maybe somewhere I don't know about there is a title company or a couple of title companies that that can do it, but 48 hours is so unrealistic. So unrealistic. This is like, I hate it. Like, you know, and that's the problem with wholesaling, and that's with any startup business, is that you get all those people promoted over TikTok, promoted on YouTube, promoted all that set unrealistic expectations. And then there's people like me, and there's other guys, couple guys out there that explain wholesaling in a realistic manner. And people don't want to hear the realistic stuff. People want to hear the the rainbows. It's great, it's awesome, $15, you can make $10,000. Dude, that's not how it works. And this is not how title companies work. They don't close in 48 hours. You don't get title commitment back in 48 hours. That's not how it works. I mean, realistically, can you get it in 7 to 10 days? Probably. Sometimes even that's too quick. Depending on how busy the title company is, it could be more than that, it could be less than that. I've worked with title companies that took me a month and a half without issues. It just literally were forever. I worked with title companies that took me 2 weeks to close. I think one time we closed in a week. That was very rushed order. The money he's talking about isn't too unrealistic. $20,000 spread can happen. It's not like every deal, definitely not, but it happens. In general, the idea behind that, this is how it works, nah man, that's not how it works. I mean, it's much more complicated than that.
Here's something they don't teach you in college: how to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month with no credit, no college degree, and no cash. Drive around your city looking for rundown houses that need work, much mail in the mailbox, tall grass.
I'm not gonna watch it later. To be honest, I don't want to give it this a fair shot, because no cash, that's trash, dude. That's like that's how it works. Oh man, I mean, out of a million stories of people got into real estate, there might be one or two that got in real estate wholesaling with no cash. So people will come up and be like, whoa, somebody did it. Yeah, sure, somebody may have done it. They may have found the property, got very lucky and stuff like that. Will you get that lucky? Did I get that lucky? No, absolutely. I had to put a lot of money into the business before I could make money back. And even then my profit after that. Last year we did 6 figures in this business, and it was great. Obviously, I'm not complaining. I love the business, but I'm just saying that you have to invest the money to make money. I mean, that's just how it works.
How to get your first wholesaling real estate deal.
If you're struggling to find your first wholesaling deal, you got to stop scrolling and got to watch this. Most people's struggles in getting their first real estate deal comes down to one thing, and that's marketing. And often they're not marketing enough. And this isn't some rah-rah video saying you got to market more like crazy, but most people aren't marketing enough, or they're not marketing niche enough. What do I mean by marketing niche enough? These lists most people are pulling are like a big vacant list, and they're cold calling for hours and hours and hours. In truth, when you're getting your first wholesaling deal, you have to work smarter, not harder. I know it's sexy to cold call 10 hours a day, but don't be doing that. Find lists and actually cold call or do marketing on lists that not a lot of wholesalers are going after. These are your driving for dollars lists, IRS debt lien lists, vacant pre-foreclosures, water shutoffs, code violations, pre-probates, buyer damaged properties. Go after these lists and get your first deal.
Zach is right. I mean, I like some of the stuff Zach does say. I do agree with this, for example. Yes, you probably better off going after niche lists, especially in the beginning. Well, like right now, I don't go after niche list as much. I am looking into getting a couple other niche lists that I may be talking about later in my channel. Right now, looking at it, he's right. I mean, you should go after more niche lists, especially in the beginning, because it will cost you less money to market to that niche list, and to cold call, less time is going to spend to market on that niche list. So I agree on that. Absolutely. So this was actually good advice. Let's go on. Let's see what else there's out there.
If you're broke right now and you want to make $10K a month, here's what I would do. First thing I would look at doing is wholesaling real estate. So if you have no idea what wholesaling is, it's simply just flipping a house without having to actually buy it or fix it up. So in simple terms, you're going to put a house under contract that is undervalued. You've got a really good deal on it. And instead of buying it, you're going to go reach out to somebody like me who you know buys houses, and you're going to sell me the rights to the contract. Now, how much you can sell me the rights for is going to depend on what I'm willing to pay and what you have it under contract contract for. So if you've got this house for say $300,000 and you know that I'm willing to pay $320,000, you can just sell me the rights to the contract for $20,000. So for me, as I look at where real estate is today, everybody is trying to buy. You don't even need that great of a deal in order to get somebody to pay top.
You know, that was also fair. I mean, yes, he explained how real estate wholesaling works, but the last point that he made, saying that you don't even need that great of a deal right now in the market, that's right. I mean, you don't even need that great of a deal. Yes, you do want to get as good of a deal as you can get, but right now people are overpaying for properties because of everything that's going on. So at the moment, don't get used to it. It's gonna change, but I agree with that. That's a good advice.
Okay, we're going over all the systems it takes us to close these wholesale deals. Ready?
Bro,
let's go.
If you do that,
First things first, PropStream. Now we use PropStream to pull our lead list and to pull our cash buyers list. Once we get the leads from PropStream, put them into batch skip tracing so you can get the phone numbers for the homeowners. Once you have the list from batch skip tracing, upload that list to batch dialer so that you can start cold calling. Now, as you get your leads from cold calling, you want to organize them. So right here, you see a picture of our dashboard from Podio. Podio is a simple CRM that you can use to organize your leads. Now, when it comes to sending agreements, we use DocuSign because you can electronically sign and send agreements and get it done that way.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really like how the video started, but he wasn't wrong. I mean, I give him props. I mean, those are the systems. I mean, I don't use Batch. I use other systems. In my opinion, there's other better options out there. Batch is just overhyped. So in this video, not bad.
I made $80,000 in 3 weeks by wholesaling this house. Let me tell you how I did it and what my actual take-home profit was. I spent $3,000 to send out 8,000 postcards to the city of Kent. I was looking for houses older than 1990 and owned for 10 years or more. The owner of this home called me from the postcard. She said she just moved her mom out of the house and was ready to sell. So I went over there, took a look, and made her an offer of $370,000. She was a little nervous because the traditional way of selling is through a realtor, but when I explained to her the benefits of selling off the market and how it would be quicker and easier for her, she took a few days and then she called me back to sign the offer. There's me with the contract. I marketed the property on local Facebook groups for $400,000 and it got bid up to $450,000. It was a really unique situation with a large assignment fee and the buyer had a 1031 exchange they had to satisfy. So I actually physically bought the property with a hard money loan and then I sold it to the buyer 1 week later. In a normal wholesale deal, you would have an assignment contract and collect your fee and do one closing. Check out part 2 for how much I made.
Yeah, I mean, that can happen. I don't think I've ever made $80,000 from a wholesale deal. I made a good amount, definitely, but not 80. But is it possible? Absolutely. Will you get this lucky every time? Nah. She seemed like she knew what she was talking about. Yes, she probably did have to double close for multiple reasons. You probably don't really want to disclose $80,000 fee to your buyer. Most of the buyers, a lot of buyers won't care because if they're still getting a good deal, they're fine with it. But some buyers will be very, very particular about not paying that much in assignment fee. But double closing probably be the best option in that situation.
How to get started in real estate without any money. You drive around your city and
I don't want to watch another video tell me you don't need money to start in real estate wholesaling.
Here's how to make $15,000 off one phone call. First, go to Google. Use the Street View to find distressed properties. Then go to truepeoplesearch.com, put in the address, and get their phone number. Then go to Estes Data and get the estimated value and offer 60 to 70% of that. Yes, I'm looking for a house in the area. Just see if you might be interested in selling. You are great. I can give you $125 cash.
Simplified version of wholesaling. Is that what TikTok is all about when it comes to wholesaling? Because I'm actually not on wholesale on TikTok. I don't like those videos. Like, they cringe me. So, like, I don't really make a lot of wholesaling TikTok videos myself. I make other videos. But this really cringes me, man. I mean, not one phone call, I promise you. Thousands of phone calls, okay? Again, not free. $15,000 possible, absolutely. And you get all these people like, oh, can you be my mentor because he seems like he knows what he's talking about. Man, I feel crazy because there's so many people that get into this business by unrealistic expectations from TikTok or YouTube, and then they just get burnt. And then they burn sellers. You know, that's why a lot of wholesale right now is going through freaking trying to get regulations, like the Real Estate Association trying to get regulations for wholesalers because the sellers are getting burned by wholesalers that just look at stuff like this and then they go and try to do business.
How to make $34,000 at 18 and 19 years old? It's through wholesaling real estate. How many deals y'all closed?
2.
How much money y'all make?
34 grand.
When was the most recent one?
2 days ago.
And how much was that?
23.
18, 19 years old,
Yes,
$34,000 in a matter of about 2 months?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Sorry, what's the one key?
I don't know.
One nugget.
Consistency. Yep.
Consistency.
Stay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely possible. You can make $34,000 in 2 deals. I mean, I've made more than that in 1 deal. So it's possible. I actually like Austin. Austin is a really good person to listen to, and that actually has some good advice and not too weird about it. Austin is a good guy. I like Austin. I mean, I've never met him in person, obviously, but I do enjoy his some of his YouTube videos and his tech talks as well.
How's it going, guys? My name is Giovanni Morato. I am a 7-figure real estate wholesaler. You can look me up, Google me. Name of my company is Morato Investments. So all you're going to do when you cold call a prospect is say, hey, sorry for the random call. I'm calling about the property on 123 Main Street. I'm looking to buy a property in that neighborhood and wanted to see if you thought about selling or would consider an offer. If they say no, we'll say, hey, would you at least consider an offer? If they say yes, what's your offer? Say, it honestly depends on the condition of the property. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Does it need any major repairs? How's the foundation? How's the roof? How many bedrooms and baths does it have? And now you're going to say, okay, this sounds like a great property. Why would you consider selling it? And after they respond, you'll say, do you have an idea of what the property's worth as is? So that's like an indirect way of getting a price out of them, okay? So make sure you get a price out of them first, because the first person to give the number loses. Don't let that be you. Let's get it, baby.
Really solid advice. I mean, to be honest with you, I like this guy. I'm gonna like this video right now. That's a really solid advice. I really did like this. This was good. That's a good script. I mean, my suggestion is when you do scripts like this, try to tweak it a little bit so you don't sound like every other wholesaler out there. Do a little bit different things, but in general, that was a good bones for the script. I like it, and obviously, in the end of the day, whoever voices the price first loses. I mean, just how it is. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to react to any more tech talks about wholesaling or real estate business, let me know in the comments down below. I really appreciate all you guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and as always,